Sometimes, our souls cry out silently, leaving us feeling trapped and unseen. We look in the mirror and see a stranger, a tired face, dull eyes, and a forced smile. In these quiet, painful moments, we wonder, when did I lose myself? When did I become a stranger in my own skin? Deep inside, a part of you longs for freedom, refusing to surrender to the cold numbness that has settled in your heart. This part still believes that life is bigger than the pain you carry. As Imam Al-Ghazali wisely said, the heart is like a mirror, polished, it shines, rusted, it darkens, and its polish is the remembrance of God. But what if that mirror is broken, or so clouded with rust that we can no longer see our true reflection? The world pushes you to be strong, to hide your pain, to smile and keep moving. Yet, Al-Ghazali, who lived 1,000 years ago, understood this struggle far better than any modern therapist. He walked a similar path of darkness, searching for meaning amidst chaos. Despite being at the peak of his academic career, teaching at a prestigious university, he felt a profound emptiness. His words felt hollow, his life a mere performance. He described his spiritual crisis as standing on the edge of an abyss, knowing he had to find a way out of the darkness. You stand on a similar edge today, but unlike Al-Ghazali, you have the comfort of knowing that others, even centuries later, understand your journey. You are not alone in this darkness. To begin finding your way, try this meditative exercise. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine a small light within your chest, like a candle in a dark cave. This light is your true spirit, still present, still shining, still waiting for your attention, no matter how dim or fearful it may seem. Your pain is not an enemy, it's a messenger from deep within telling you to stop, look, listen. There's another way. Al-Ghazali found that healing begins not by denying pain, but by understanding it. Pain is your soul's compass. When life hurts, it's signaling that something vital in your heart, your spirit, or your way of living needs to change. You're not broken, you're awakening. An initial awakening can be painful, like eyes adjusting to light after darkness. This pain, however, is temporary, leading to unimaginable clarity. Al-Ghazali said, "He who knows himself knows his Lord." But how do we know ourselves amid the world's clamor, surrounded by countless voices telling us who to be? The answer lies in inner silence, a deep space in your soul where all masks, expectations, and fears vanish, leaving only your pure, authentic self, the self that existed before the world taught you doubt. This is the first step on your healing journey, believing that your inner self is worth saving, that your silent cries have meaning, and that your pain is an invitation, not a punishment, to return to your true self. Al-Ghazali, across centuries, invites you, come, follow this path to yourself, to the peace you've sought everywhere but within. You're about to embark on a beautiful journey back to who you truly are. Think about the last time you truly saw yourself in the mirror, not just to fix your appearance, but to see the person behind your eyes. How long could you hold that gaze before looking away? This is our greatest fear, encountering our true selves, because we know deep down that much of what we present to the world is a mask. We wear it so convincingly that we forget the real face hidden beneath. Al-Ghazali called these masks idols of the self, small gods we unknowingly worship, like the gods of success, admiration, perfection, or acceptance. We constantly sacrifice our authenticity, spontaneity, and right to be imperfect or feel pain without explanation. Al-Ghazali noted, most people worship themselves without realizing it, thinking they are worshiping God. This isn't about selfishness, but about worshiping the image we want others to see, the expectations, and the fear of rejection if we reveal our true selves. In our complex social media age, where everyone curates an ideal life with filtered photos, exaggerated achievements, and artificial happiness, your worth often feels tied to external validation. Your pain is deemed private, a flaw to be quickly fixed. Yet, Al-Ghazali from the past tells you, my child, to know yourself, shed your deceptive garments and stand naked before your truth. This means emotional nakedness, facing yourself without pretense, filters, or self-narratives. Everyone faces a sacred and painful moment when all masks fall. This might follow a major loss, unexpected failure, or deep solitude. You realize your life has been a performance, with you as both actor and audience. It's terrifying to discover you don't truly know who you are beneath the layers of expectations. You might feel like an onion, endlessly peeling layers, fearing nothing at the core. But Al-Ghazali reassures you that deep within every soul lies an invaluable jewel, a divine spark. The problem is we cover it with dust until we forget it exists. For another meditative exercise, reflect on the last time you felt truly authentic, perhaps as a child playing, a teenager writing in a diary in a moment of true love, or helping someone without expecting anything in return. How did that feel? What was your inner voice like? How did your heart beat? This is your true self, the self you're seeking to reclaim. From childhood, we learn conditional self-love. We love ourselves only when we succeed, are good, or make others proud. We punish ourselves for failures, mistakes, or unacceptable emotions like anger, sadness, or fear. This creates an inner division. One part constantly seeks approval, while another carries everything we deem unacceptable. We fight this second part, suppressing it, feeling ashamed, and wondering why we lack wholeness. Al-Ghazali advised, "He who battles his self will conquer it, and he who befriends it will be conquered by it." This isn't about yielding to destructive impulses, but understanding that resisting our emotions and fearful parts makes them stronger and hidden, influencing us unconsciously. Healing begins by making peace with yourself. Tell your fearful self, "I see you, I understand you, and I won't fight you anymore." Welcome your sadness, acknowledging its purpose. Thank your anger for trying to protect you. Accept your need for love as a natural, beautiful part of being human. Al-Ghazali called this the knowledge of certainty, an unwavering belief that every part of you, even the seemingly destructive ones, holds wisdom. Trust that God didn't place anything in your heart in vain, and that understanding and embracing these parts with love and wisdom leads to peace. As you make peace with yourself, masks gently fall away, revealing new parts of your authentic self that patiently awaited acceptance from you. There's a point in every healing journey where you realize the problem wasn't external, but in your perspective, a view clouded by old wounds, fear, and self-limiting stories. Al-Ghazali called this the station of witnessing, seeing yourself and the world with fresh eyes, cleansed by sincerity and humility, and refined by inner purification. He taught, "Blessed is he who has a clear eye, an attentive ear, and a living heart, for he sees what the heedless do not." How do we gain this clarity amid life's distractions? Through what Al-Ghazali termed seclusion. Not just physical solitude, but creating a sacred inner space where only you and your raw truth exist. Here, you can ask profound questions without fear. Who am I when I'm not striving to be anything? What do I truly desire from life? What old wounds do I still carry? What beliefs limit my growth? When did I last feel truly connected to my soul? These questions are painful because they expose our daily self-deception. We discover we're living someone else's life, chasing others' dreams, fearing learned fears, and seeking love in ways taught by a society that doesn't understand true love. Al-Ghazali described the greatest struggle as the struggle with the self, and the greatest victory as conquering it. This struggle isn't violent, it's about patient, tough love for yourself. It means saying no to harmful, even comfortable habits, and yes to frightening truths. For a deep meditative exercise, sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine your heart as an old room filled with accumulated clutter. Slowly begin to clean it. For each item you find, ask, does this still serve me, or is it just an old memory I cling to out of fear? Thank each memory, belief, or habit for its lesson, then lovingly release it. During this inner cleansing, you'll encounter what Al-Ghazali called the objections of the self, parts of you resisting change, clinging to familiar pain. You'll hear voices. Who are you to be happy? Who are you to change? People like you don't change. These aren't your true voices, but echoes of past hurts, stifling systems, and painful experiences that bred self-doubt. Al-Ghazali called them satanic whispers, referring not to external entities but to internal voices that keep you stuck, even in discomfort. The only way to counter them is what Al-Ghazali called seeking refuge in God, seeking protection from a source beyond your fear. This doesn't require traditional religiosity. It's a belief in a wisdom greater than your fearful mind, a love deeper than your conditional self-love, a power beyond your soul will. When you surrender to this greater wisdom, a remarkable shift occurs. Your pain transforms from an enemy into a teacher with vital messages. Every wound becomes a gateway to wisdom, every loss an opportunity for growth, every fear an invitation to courage. Al-Ghazali said, "If the heart is struck by a calamity and it endures and seeks reward, the calamity turns into a blessing for it." This means learning to extract the hidden gold from difficult experiences, wisdom, empathy, strength from survival, humility from recognizing your humanity, and love born from sacred suffering. There's a vast difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge comes from external sources. Wisdom comes from the inner journey, from passing through purification and emerging transformed. Al-Ghazali explained, "The knowledge of certainty is one thing, the eye of certainty is another, and the truth of certainty is a third." You are now in the eye of certainty stage, clearly seeing what was once hidden, how fear of rejection led you to reject yourself, how striving for perfection made you despise your natural flaws, how controlling life made you lose joy. This clarity is initially painful, revealing wasted time and energy fighting yourself. But it's also liberating, showing that the problem wasn't external fate, but a correctable misunderstanding. You are not life's victim, you are your story's author, and it's time to write a new chapter. Every true birth happens in darkness, a baby in the womb, a seed in the earth, a butterfly in its cocoon. You are now in the womb of your spiritual transformation. The discomfort, anxiety, and uncertainty aren't signs of error, but of new life emerging. Al-Ghazali called this the second birth, a spiritual awakening after a purely biological existence. This second birth is a choice you've made, but every birth requires a death, the death of your old self, unserving habits, fear-driven decisions, and the need for external validation. This symbolic death is painful because you were attached to these things even if they harmed you. Al-Ghazali advised, "Die before you die, so that you may live a life that has no death," referring to the death of the false ego built from fear and societal expectations. When this false ego dies, your true self, always present beneath the layers, is finally liberated. At this stage, you'll see practical shifts in your daily life. You'll crave less external validation, feel freer to decline things misaligned with your values, and become more comfortable in solitude because you've learned to be your own friend. For a practical exercise for transformation, each morning before engaging with the world, sit for 5 minutes and ask, "Who do I want to be today?" Not what others expect or what you should do, but who you want to be. Connect with your deepest values, truest intentions, and purest desires. Then live from that place all day. The most challenging part of transformation isn't changing yourself, but navigating others' reactions. People are accustomed to your old self and may unconsciously try to pull you back. This is normal. Al-Ghazali suggested, "If you want to know the extent of your spiritual growth, look at people's reactions to you. The closer you get to your truth, the more those who benefited from your falsehood will be disturbed by you." This isn't about arrogance, but understanding that their resistance reflects their own fear of change. After this journey, you'll begin to grasp Al-Ghazali's meaning. He who knows himself knows his Lord. This isn't intellectual knowledge, but a living, experiential knowing. When you truly know yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, fears, and loves, you'll see the same compassion and wisdom woven into the universe. You'll realize life wasn't fighting you, but teaching you, that every challenge was an invitation to grow, every pain, a seed for new wisdom, every loss, a space cleared for something better. This isn't due to a cosmic plan, but your newfound ability to extract meaning and growth from every experience. Life won't become effortlessly easy. Challenges, pain, setbacks, and losses will still occur. But your relationship with these experiences will be profoundly changed. You won't take them personally or see them as proof of being unloved, unlucky, or flawed. Instead, you'll be like the ocean, receiving all waves without losing its identity. You'll learn to be steady in your depths, even when your surface is turbulent, maintaining inner peace amidst storms. Al-Ghazali called this the station of contentment, not passive resignation, but active acceptance. You'll strive to improve your circumstances and serve others, while simultaneously being at peace with what you can't change. You'll understand the difference between what's within and beyond your control, focusing your energy on the former without being drained by the latter. Here, you'll discover a new power, the power of presence, being fully available to the present moment, the person before you, the task at hand. When you stop fighting life and start dancing with it, you'll find boundless energy. This energy comes from being in harmony with your truth, making heart-led decisions, and giving love freely. You become a conduit for cosmic energy, not a limited reservoir. You stand at the precipice of true spiritual maturity, measured not by age or accomplishments, but by the capacity for unconditional love, selfless giving, living authentically, and existing without fear. Welcome to your new true life, the life you sought everywhere but within. And so, dear soul friend, we conclude this journey, which is truly the beginning of all journeys, the end of seeking yourself in others' eyes, and the start of finding yourself within your own heart. Al-Ghazali, from a millennium ago, calls out, "You have arrived, my child. You've returned home, the home you never truly left, but whose address you briefly forgot." Remember how this journey began with a silent scream, unexplainable pain, and a deep sense of loss. Now, as you read, do you feel that scream's echo? Do you feel that missing piece returning? More than peace or comfort, your relationship with yourself has been restored. Trust in your intuition has returned, even when your mind is afraid. The capacity to love without fear of loss, to give without expectation, and to simply exist without justification has returned. Al-Ghazali's final words to his students resonate. "O seeker of God in mosques, churches, and temples, know that God is closer to you than your jugular vein. Seek Him in your pure heart, your sincere intention, your pure love, your service to creation. There you will find Him, and there you will find yourself." This doesn't mean your journey ends, it's just beginning. But now you walk confidently, knowing your origin and destination. You understand that every step, even missteps, is part of life's grand dance. You'll face new challenges, and at times, feel fear, sadness, or frustration. This is normal and beautiful. The difference is, you now know these emotions are temporary guests in your soul's home, not permanent residents. You know how to welcome them graciously without letting them rearrange your life's furniture. For a final exercise for launch, place your hand on your heart and close your eyes. Feel its beat, each one a message from the universe saying, "You are loved, you are important, you are here for a beautiful reason." Now, say aloud or in your heart, "I love you just as you are. I believe in you, and I promise to take care of you." This is a sacred, unforgettable covenant with yourself. Now, think of someone in your life on a similar journey. Lost, afraid, seeking meaning. Share this journey with them, not to fix or change them, but to offer what these words offered you. You are not alone. There is a path, and I believe you can walk it. True love multiplies when shared. Wisdom grows when passed on. Peace spreads when lived. You now carry a small torch. Your task isn't to light the world, but to illuminate the path for those behind you. Al-Ghazali stated, "The best of people are those most beneficial to people." You can now be beneficial, not because you're perfect or at the journey's end, but because you've become honest with yourself and your path. And honesty, my friend, is the most potent medicine. If these words have resonated with you, if you felt something stir within, share them. Like this message to let others know healing is possible. Subscribe to continue this journey of self-discovery. And in the comments, confirm your commitment by writing, "I have returned to myself and I will not leave again." Write it knowing you are not alone in this vow. We are all on the same journey to become our true selves and live from love, not fear. The path is long and beautiful, and the companionship makes it even more so. Welcome to your new life. Welcome to your true self. Welcome home. My heart, prayers, and unwavering belief are with you. Until our next journey, fellow traveler.